On this episode, we're talking Cardinals baseball and golf cart rides with Dre Montez from Cardinals. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Bob Wall Show. Today, I have Dre Montez with Cardinals. We just got relocated to the front of Busch Stadium. We tried doing this from Ballpark Village, but we were able to work it out with Cardinals administration to be able to tape on their ground. So we're pretty happy right now. So anyway, if this is the first time you've joined us on the Bob Wall Show, we talk business, St. Louis, and real estate. I like to cover a lot of things community related, which is why I'm excited to have Dre Montez here with me today to talk about his pretty cool business he has going on. So Dre, thank you so much for agreeing to do this with me.
Oh, not a pleasure at all, Bob. Not a pleasure. It's been a pleasure of ours. This Cardinals, it could not be a better solution for us right now.
That's awesome. I guess we'll start off by having you tell everyone a little bit about yourself and a little bit about Cardinals.
Well, basically, born and raised here in St. Louis. As you can tell by the school, everybody says what high school you go to. I went to Sumner High School, class of 1989. Hoorah, Bulldogs. But crazy thing happened about 11 years ago about the golf cart transportation industry, and we as Cardinals have been going strong since then, and we're going to move forward and going to try and change the world in transportation when it comes to a golf cart. I mean, basically, that's it. That's great.
And for a lot of you that come to the Cardinal games here, you'll probably notice a lot of the carts driving around. That's you guys.
Yeah, that's it. Cardinals, 11 years. I mean, going strong. Thank you guys for all the support we've been having. I mean, it's just been an overwhelming support by the city. A lot of people from all over the world and the United States have been just taking heed to the fact of getting to and from a venue by a golf cart. I mean, really. I mean, that's really what it sums down to right now. It's by a golf cart.
Right.
I mean, most people see it in a community housing or on a golf course, but I mean, look at it right now. I mean, it's you getting from a venue to another major event, and it's just been overwhelming the way that people have taken over to it and used it.
That's great. The type of golf carts you have, we don't have to talk in a lot of detail, but as far as like number of passengers, that sort of thing, what type of golf carts do you have, and how many can it seat?
I mean, we can accommodate anywhere from 4 to 20 passengers, but we have had some instances before where we've exceeded that amount on a good number and a safe ride-in trip to and from. But I mean, it's how many we can get in sometimes. I mean, it really is very accommodating for a large group of people.
That's great. How do you keep these? You run these a lot throughout the games, that sort of thing. How do you keep them charged, gassed, whatever the means of running the cart are?
I mean, we have a very convenient location for our garage where we have the ability to charge up our electric golf carts, and then there are numerous gas stations close by to help us fuel our 3 gas golf carts that we have. But other than that, I mean, it's everything is very well connected by the route that we have and the way that we've been running the business the past 11 years, that it's very convenient and economic on everyone.
Okay. How can people find your services? Say they're parking, they want to ride to the stadium from the parking spot. How can people find your services?
Well, that's the great thing about technology nowadays. Well, you can contact us on Facebook, go to Cardinals. We're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, or you can just give us a call at 314-533-0088 and just tell us how many people in your group and where you're going. Or you can even text us. I mean, and now we're challenging our new app that we're doing right now, that we can pinpoint more people exactly where they're at. I mean, it's not just the Cardinal games. I mean, we're trying to change the transportation innovation besides a car or a bus or a train. When you're in Midtown or downtown St. Louis, even St. Charles. I mean, the possibilities are endless right now for us. And right now, we got a lot of surprises coming. I don't want to reveal too much right now, but we have a lot of great positive things moving in the right direction.
That's awesome. So as far as service hours, that sort of thing, it's pretty much it seems to be a transportation business. It seems to be pretty flexible as far as the hours work.
I mean, it really is. I mean, typically your Sunday through your Wednesday game are pretty much let's get the kids home and let's go to work tomorrow and be responsible, so to speak.
Right.
So we typically operate 2 hours before the game up until about an hour and a half to 2 hours after the game. So we typically go to 11 o'clock on a Sunday through Wednesday night. But Thursday, Friday, and Saturdays, we expect that to be a late night everywhere. I mean, so we try to go to we think it's a decent time, like 2 a.m. sometimes. But I've been known to drive to 5 a.m. before.
Okay. You do have some advertising opportunities. You're driving around. You get a lot of exposure from people in the area, people going to the games, as far as, obviously, if you're driving your cart around, people can see whatever signage and that sort of thing that you have on it. You do have advertising opportunities for businesses that would like to promote themselves, correct?
Yes, I mean, besides the taxi cab signs that we put atop the golf carts, I mean, there's inside of the golf cart, there's the outside, whatever you want to wrap your business or your institution or whatever. But here's the thing, I mean, it's a golf cart driving in downtown St. Louis, transporting people. So everybody's like, look at me, look at me. So if you're in that look at me industry, why not advertise with us? I mean, it's very reasonable. It's what they call in the industry guerrilla advertising, so to speak. So why not go at them right now and attack the progress? I mean, it's a great prospecting range. You get in every demographic you can possibly think of. I mean, from Cardinal baseball. I mean that's our main ticket, but we do all the major downtown events. Right. I mean, our season starts in February. I mean, we're from February to December. I mean, that's when we go hard. I mean, it's on then. So yeah, advertising is where it's at. Okay.
What are you? Really fun, entertaining business. There's never a boring day at work, I'm sure. Now, you mentioned a lot of responsible adults get back to the kids, that sort of thing, but let's be honest, a lot of people like to have fun. Do you have any favorite stories you'd like to tell, or maybe your fifth favorite story that's more appropriate to tell?
Well, I want to keep you on air, so, I want to keep this show going in the right positive direction you're going. Let's just say we're very discreet, but in the past 11 years, it's been a lot of fun. There's never a dull moment. There's a pregame crowd and that post-game crowd. And I'm just telling you, it's just a lot of fun. I mean, watching the smiles on the kid face, riding a golf cart, riding backwards, grandma and grandpa having a good time at it, or even the wife getting out of going to a Cardinal game the first time. But just riding a golf cart, that experience has just let all the inhibitions just go out the window sometimes. I mean, it's just open. It's been a lot of fun, though. A lot of fun.
It's got to be. It's got to be a fun. There's not a boring day at work, and it seems to be a very fun. In a way, your big percentage of your business is kind of an event-based business where it's people having fun. So it's got to make for a good fun career.
But here's the thing. Let's say after a long weekend, we sometimes pick up business to carry on after the Cardinals leave or after a special event leaves for business during that daytime or that afternoon that has really excelled to help us move forward. Okay. From corporate events to private tours or whatever. I mean, you're on a golf cart and our big passenger that can seat 20 people. I have personally taken tours around downtown St. Louis and just told them about my city because I'm from here. So if you want to learn about my city, why not let a guy from the city tell you about it? So I've had that experience a whole lot.
Great. You mentioned where you're at on social media. I guess one last question I have, I just wanted to clarify. So people that are interested and they know they're coming down here, they're going to be parking a little bit away from the stadium. They'd like a ride to the stadium. Do they have to call in advance, or can they call you once they're down here and parked?
I think the best way would just tell us where you're at and how many people. That way we can get our staff there to take care of you the right way, because everybody's in that hurry up now. Right. I mean, if you're leaving the house at 5 and you know you're not going to be ready at 6:15, there's no need to call us. Right. Call us when you get there, and it's 314-533-0088, or you can just reach us on Facebook under Call a Card, or Twitter, which is Call a Card. And again, I'm Dre Montez, and we are trying to accommodate and facilitate the transportation service in downtown in a way that's never been done before. And I think we have done a great job, and thank you again for giving us this segue to get there.
Yeah, great. I will wait for this truck to go by before I wrap it up. But one last question. Are the Cardinals going to make the playoffs this year?
See, here's the thing about that. That's that ready on me coming out right there because I'm Dre Montez. I do Sports Talk Radio. Podcast coming soon. Who's to Blame should be premiering this week. There'll be more details that on my Facebook page. Follow me there on Who's to Blame. But the Cardinals, we never thought this team could produce the numbers that they're producing, whether it's runs production, home runs, pinch hit home runs, late inning rallies. No one thought this team could do it. Now that this team is doing it, now we want to get past the next obstacle. Can they get to the playoffs? If they don't, are we mad? If they do we want more?
Yeah.
I think we can make the wild card playoff, but I think after that, I don't know, man. I mean, it's that baseball love. I know one thing: them Cubs not going to do it. They're not going to win the World Series. No way. Best record in baseball, whatever.
Yeah, we've had that one before.
Yeah. That's the biggest disappointment. When you have the best record in any sport, out of the 4 major sports, and you don't make it all the way, that is the biggest disappointment to me. Yeah, I like the story, being from the Midwest, being from a working town, being from St. Louis, having that little dog fight in you.
Right.
Like 2006.
Definitely.
Consider with the injuries that we went through. Now look at this lineup. I mean, coming into the season, there's no way you would have said this team would have had the statistical accolades that they've had this baseball season. So, I mean, it's an impressive season already. So.
Okay. I agree. And I think they're going to do well. If they don't, they don't. We'll be back in it next year. But, I mean, they pull it off every year. So it's hard to ever count them out. And I'm certainly going to be watching every game till the end. So, all right. Well, everyone, that wraps up the Bob Walsh Show. Thank you so much for joining us. If you like the video, like, share, comment. It's the lifeblood of my show. Dre, thank you so much for coming. Looking forward to your podcast coming up. And thank you, everyone, for coming, and see you next week. Goodbye.